Hello.
How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing pretty well. A little nerve wracked from my first day of calls through through the dialer system today, but the no excuses. But yeah, that's fun.
Hi everyone. How are you guys? Hold on. Just a second. Okay. Jennifer. I just got home from driving my kid off, so I'm just getting Jen, did you see that text I sent you? We're kind of moving forward on that Palmetto property that Brandy brought us, which is exciting. Here, I can make you co-host so you can talk. Today is not my day. Where are you? Why can I not make you co-host? Okay. All right, there you go. Hi. I can't hear you. Is it me? Can anyone else hear? She's muted. Oh, you should be able to unmute yourself as co-host.
I tried. I was hitting mute like a crazy person or unmute like a crazy person.
Sorry. It's a Monday for me. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Should we get this party started?
Yeah.
Let's get started. So everyone, do we have new people here? Do you know the lay of the land? Let me know if you're new in the chat. So we don't have anybody saying they're new. Oh, Jesse, you're new. Welcome. Emily's new. Welcome. So for those of you guys, I'll just do a quick rundown. For those of you guys that have been here before. Or for our new people. So it's kind of tough to run these challenges because new people it's not tough. It's just a little different. So new people are coming in and out. So we kind of have to go back and just go through everything. Jen and I are going to make a video on like the lay of the land. So we can be like, watch this and then get started. So Elephant Challenge, if you're new, welcome. We are Elephant Challenge leaders. There are Elephant Challenge leaders on the side of the bar on the circle called accountability groups. Feel free to date around, see who you like, who you vibe with on your leaders as you're new. But as you like a time and a leader and you feel like you jive with them, stick with that team because I know Dawn's team is pulling lists for you guys to call. We're doing deals with, we're all doing deals with you guys. You just need to stay in one lane for doing deals at least. So if Dawn pulls a list and is like, here, Jennifer, go call this list. And she comes into my Zoom and then says, hey, Carly, can you help me with this? It's crossing bounds and it's her list. So we're all doing deals together. We're all friends here. There's no competition. When you baby elephants, you guys we go through all the basics. We give you homework. We go over the homework on all of this. And you'll see the people that have done homework. If you guys, I know I see a few familiar faces. Dustin's back. Welcome, Dustin. He's back. So as you guys are action takers, Dustin's been raising his hand. He's been doing his homework. He's coming back and we're talking about it. So on Fridays, we're going to have action taker Zoom. So we'll go over all those action taker things and then and their homework. Everybody gets paid the same from each thing. You guys can earn while you learn. The biggest thing with this is there's a lot of people that will just consume and not take action. I highly, highly encourage you guys to get out there, do the scary stuff, and take action, make calls, call agents live, because we have a lot of baby elephants who put in deals and they're starting to go places, which is really exciting. So how it works, you guys, we do give you homework. We're doing the whole Elephant Challenge is focused on direct to agent right now. So we're teaching you guys direct to agent, and we give you guys homework, and you teaches you guys how to find your market, how to talk to agents. And if you get an agent that might be interested in a creative deal, you submit it to www.elephant. We'll put it in there. Jen, will you put it in there? Because I can't talk
Yeah.
and type all the time.
No worries.
I'm not multitask talented. So you put it in there, and then we work with you and we hold your hand the whole way. We bring the contracts, we talk to the agents, and you just sit there and watch and learn and earn. So any questions on how this party works? Let me know in the chat. Use the chat. We mute everyone because we do get those people that want to unmute themselves and take us down a whole different path, and everyone's like, what the hell just happened? So if you guys have questions, put them in the chat. There's no stupid question. The only stupid question is if you don't ask it. Raise your hand if you've done your homework like Dustin did. And let's do some deals together. Do you want to add anything, Jen?
I don't think so. No, just that know that this is like, I wouldn't say off the side of our desk, but on top of everything else that Carly and I have going on as well. So, if we don't get back to you like within an hour, we're still going to get back to you. It just takes some time. Sometimes we both have businesses. We also have 2 small kids. So we're definitely here to help you, but just know that, yeah, sometimes we won't respond within an hour of a question or something like that.
Yes. And when you guys submit the stuff, we'll go through with you. Jen might text you and just ask clarifying questions. When you go through and submit everything, please talk to us like we're 5. Like, we need all the information. So the information when you submit to us, you found an agent, you've talked to them. You have talked to them. You've pitched soft creative and like, maybe I'm interested in terms. I'd have to learn more. Just like Laura said. Laura's like, I called, but now I'm stuck and I'm caught off guard. So like, that's exactly what you guys need to be doing. Good job, Laura. We'll raise your hand and we'll talk about this. So also,
and the other thing just very quickly from looking at some of the submissions, so in the very first screen, it says I've talked to the agent and then has a description. Mention in the description that you have already talked about creative, because I'm the one looking at the leads and I'm not going to assume. And in order for us to call and have a further conversation, we want to know that they're open to creative terms. So tell us that you have specifically talked about that, because then that saves me like emailing or texting you to be like, hey, did you pitch creative or anything like that?
yes.
That's all.
Someone else put something. Emily asked a really good question, and I would love to answer that. She says, are we wholesaling or holding on to the properties, or either? So maybe now's a good time to talk about pay structure. I'll see if I can find it in all that JV contract. So when you guys put in a lead with us, you're signing a JV contract. It should be there. I'll send it to you guys too. And it lines out the pricing and how things will work. So if you guys, what we're doing with these is, let me start with this. First, a reminder, we're all volunteering. Nobody's paying us to be here. So this is also how we make money, is JVing with people to make deals. So we will make money on these, and you will make money on these. So it's based off of a $10,000 assignment fee. It's based off of wholesaling them. Wholesaling is getting it under contract and then assigning that contract to somebody else.
Also negotiating, right? Like, you guys are just seeing if someone's open to creative, and then we're the ones who are negotiating, going into further detail about like everything involved in creative.
So what you guys are, have you guys watched the Avatar series? You guys are bird dogs or connectors is what you are in the Avatar series. If you haven't, Google Pace's Avatar series. It's all about the people in real estate and the roles they play. So you guys are like, I have a deal, and we're bringing the contracts, we're negotiating, we're doing a bunch of work. So you guys get like so much for bringing, I don't remember. So I'm not going to say on here, I'll put out. You get like so much for bringing a lead, so much for bringing a buyer, so much for if you have it under if you get it under contract, you get more money. If we get under contract, you get money, but not as much as if you did. So there's a whole pay tier situation. That being said, a lot of people want to hold for themselves. That's okay. But no, it's all based off of a $10,000 assignment fee. So we still need to get paid like we were going to assign it. So yes, you guys can get it. We'll just deduct whatever it is because we're negotiating and we're taking it across to the finish line. So you guys, if you want to hold it, it's okay, but you're going to have the down payment to bring to the table. You're going to have to pay the assignment fee, and you're going to have a bunch of money. So I know Pace talks about getting into it with nothing, and you can get into it nothing if you have the experience and so I want to just let that, if you guys, probably the best thing for you guys to do is wholesale it, make money, wholesale it, make money and learn, wholesale it, make money and learn. So, Zoom user says, sorry, I'm new here and wanted to know if you help us close a wholesale deal and sub 2. So that's what we're talking about right now. So Jesse's working probate and talking to attorneys. This is not the group for this. I'm watching the avatar now. I found this. So you can do this and you can bring deals to us, Jesse, but the elephant challenge right now, the focus for all the newbies is direct to agent. So we're not going to be talking when you're talking to direct to agent versus direct to seller versus probate and talking to attorneys. It's like, it's a lot of it's different. It's not wrong. It's just a different thing. So maybe the elephant challenge, whatever Pace picks, can go to the probate. We can help you close a deal for sure, Jesse. We just won't, you can submit one. We just won't talk about it and talk about probate and attorneys for the newbies. Cause this is all like real estate 101. A lot of you guys probably don't have a lot of real estate experience. We need to keep this super basic. Let's see what else. Are you only interested in sub 2 attractive leads? What about seller finance? We are interested in whatever you can find us, Emily. We will take cash deals, but it's not going to be cash if it's going to be at a discounted price. So we're interested in anything really. We don't discriminate. It's any kind of deals, but we maybe Jen and I might buy them from you. We might sell them to Pace. You can do any type of deals, cash deals, VA, probate, like whatever deals you guys have, we can help you with them because we have the knowledge and experience for that. We are not going to be teaching on direct to seller or probate or pre-foreclosures just right yet, because we need to stay on focus. So does that answer your guys' question about what kind of deals we do? Let me know in the comments, what kind of deals do we do? Okay. So I think, Herrick, you must have just joined. Jen, can you put in the comments again? And can you guys help each other? As people come in, like people come in halfway through and then they ask a question that we covered 5 minutes in. So if you guys don't mind, if you were in here to begin with, if you can answer their questions so we don't have to stop the Zoom to answer their questions. And if you guys could show up on time, that would be amazing, just so we don't have to go back and forth. I know, Anthony, we close out a lot of them in sub 2 and Gator after 15 minutes. But this is just a different breed. It's everybody's new. There's not like a schedule. People are flowing in and out. So usually we do on sub 2 and Gator is close at 15 minutes out. Okay. So you guys are all coming in here and asking the questions that we just are answered. If you're new, go back and watch this. There's going to be a replay. Yes, we do every kind of deal. We help you close deals. Okay. All right. So let's get to the people that did the homework. Dustin, how are you? Good to see you that you came back. Thank you for.
Yes. Happy to be here. Thank you for your time, ladies.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to apologize right away. My wife had to go into the office, so I have my son here who has autism and German Shepherd. So if it gets crazy,
It's
don't be
okay.
afraid to mute me.
It's okay. We have 2 little kids and we get it. Last time I muted, I thought it was someone else. It was at his house. I didn't know anyone was in the side and I muted everyone. So you're good. We all understand.
Okay, perfect. So I did submit a lead, maybe a little bit early.
It's okay.
If you want to pull it up, you can and take a look at it.
Did you talk to the agent first?
I did. Yes, I talked to Carla. She it's listed as the seller wants to do payments. I was speaking with her. The town is a little small town away from the city. The problem was I was using the median price for the city. So when I did some more digging, I used to live in this town. It's about 30 minutes out. So a lot of people commute for work. There's a lot of good salaries there. There's a huge factory in town, a Tyson meat plant. They have a lot of immigrants and a lot of renters. And I used to live there. So I know there's good people making good money. And what this guy did was he bought the lot, tore down the old house, and then built a brand new place in 2021. The house is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And it's been on the market 82 days. And they've had multiple offers. Everybody is approved through a bank loan, and he doesn't want that. He wants to do seller finance, which I said, great. When I saw that, I said, I can't believe with these interest rates, why these people are, coming with these bank loans, but it's on MLS. So he's just rejected them. I'm guessing he wants to hang on to it. I didn't want to get it. I'm too new to say, well, what about sub 2, or is he wanting to keep the depreciation or all that? But she said, yes, he definitely wants to do seller finance, but it's priced at like 260, brand new home. And it's like 170 or 150 is the median price in the town.
Okay.
So probably submitted that a little bit prematurely.
No, you didn't. You
that
did not
price
at all.
is
That was not,
really
that
high.
was perfect. You talked to the agent, which you
Yeah.
need to do. And you talked like, are you even open to terms? Yes. And then
Yes.
you submit. So you did not.
Okay.
And this is the one, is this one in Perry?
Yes. Yep. 1806 Everly Street.
And I see this. So it looks like Jen looked at it and it's moved over. We have little columns that it goes
Yeah.
through. So Jen looks at it and if it's like, okay, it's good, then I'll call the agent. And so it's over there in the call the agent thing. I'm wondering, Jen, do you want to save this for the action taker Zoom where we follow up on people's leads? Do you think it's too in depth for the newbies? Maybe we'll do that on the action taker. I'll call with you and
Okay.
I'll reach out to you and find out a good time for you. And if you can't, I'll record the call. So what
Okay.
we're going to do is Dustin did his homework. He found a market. And when he's talking about the median price in the city, we tell you, look for houses that are like the median price in that city or that state, because you're going to have a lot more buyers. Like if you go have a $60 million house, like how many people do you guys know, even that make good money, buy a $60 million house? Like nobody. Like your buyer pool is like 2 people probably that you know, maybe. So I'm just going and refreshing. So we found a market that's a good, strong market. He found the median in price. He said it was a little bit higher. That's fine. It's not like the median median home price is 150 and he brought me like a $6 million deal. Like it's just a little bit higher. It's not crazy. So I'm just going over this for the newbies. He calls the agent, finds out. So we find out 4 pillars: condition, motivation, timeline. What am I missing? I always forget one. Motivation, condition, timeline, and price.
Price.
Yeah.
Right.
So he builds rapport with the agent, and you guys can go back and watch. We're going to start cutting these. I keep saying we're going to do it, but you can go back and watch like how we build rapport with agents, what he did. And so then he submitted it, and now he's like, I don't know what to do. So this is exactly what you guys need to do, is just get yourself into enough trouble where you're like, no, I don't know what to do. And then we're like, we got you. So we can help you. So nice work. This is good. It's hard to find somebody that are like, that's really rare to find someone that they reject bank loans and they want to sell their finance.
Right. And I had one more quick question. I found one in Des Moines and it was below median price. And it turns out it was an estate sale. So I called the agent and I said, well, I saw you guys listing. It's been on, that one's been on the market for like 80 something days, a while as well. And I said, are they open to doing some kind of seller finance or working out some agreement? And he said, well, it's an estate sale. We don't do that. And I said, well, why can't you do that? And he said, well, they're not alive. And I said, I get that, but they have children or someone who is looking to make money on this, right? Would they be, have you spoke with them? And he said, well, it's in probate and I've never seen it done, but maybe. And then he kind of got real, you could tell the conversation was going downhill fast, like, well, good luck with finding people that want to do that kind of deal. And I said, well, just keep my number. And if anything else shows up, if you got ugly houses or something that looks like a fix and flip, just keep my number. And then whatever you see, keep me on the back of your mind and give me a call and let's see if there's something we can do. So yeah, he was, I wasn't sure if that was something that we could, because I think I heard Pace talk about working through a estate or probate court, and we can still structure it in a way where we can work that.
You can't. So I'm just gonna, because that is probate. There's probably a lot of people that don't know what probate means. So I'm just gonna fill you guys in. If you guys don't know, just let me know in the comments. So probate is when somebody owns a house and then they die and there's no will. And they have to, the court has to go through and find out like who is getting the house, who gets the stuff. So that's probate. It's like a court process. Probate is possible.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, it has to be done with probate. Like the courts have to be like, okay, your son gets it. And then you're like, okay, son, let's talk. So it has to be done with probate before you can do anything with it. One, and then two, I just had something in my brain and it left. Oh, so this is what we talk about. This is why we call agents that understand creative unicorn agents, because this guy, so we have two different agents that we're talking with Dustin. They got one guy that's like seller finance. I get it. That's creative. And then we got other guy over here that's like, good luck, pal. Some people are like, it's illegal, all of that stuff. So agents, you have to, it's tough with agents and you get different kind of agents. So let's go back to the first guy. He says he wants to seller finance it. Why? Why is he rejecting banks?
He is a investor himself. I did not get his age. I'm certain he's an older fellow, but he's probably from the area. He knows it's a great town. He knows there's a lot of hardworking, good people that would rent. That's was my idea, was hold it and rent it. So I'm guessing he wants to, I wasn't sure if he wanted to keep the tax benefits. That's why he's wanting to, do it on contract and then him keep all the benefits. So I didn't pitch like sub 2 or anything yet because I wasn't sure, but he definitely wants to be in control and not go through the bank system. So they did reject multiple offers. And yeah, I said, were they lowballing you guys or what was the deal? And she said, no, they were good offers. He just wants to do it on seller finance. So he has control of the situation. So that was really the only thing I could find for a pain point with him.
So that's good. So that's really good. So let's talk about this. And this is going to be helpful for you guys when you talk to agents and like how you can pitch this, how it's beneficial for their clients. So there's a few reasons why this investor, he gets it. So one, when you sell something, if he sells this house at like $250,000, like all cash, the tax man comes and takes a big chunk of that. So when you sell or finance it, he's just making like little chunks of money and he's probably still paying taxes on that, but it's not like, I don't know, whatever, like 30%. Like a huge, so it's tax benefits are huge. Does he own it outright? Did you say?
I'm sure he had it built new and he's an investor. She mentioned he was an investor. So
Yeah.
I don't know why he would have took a huge, I guess in 2021, the rates were a lot lower, but I'm assuming that, yeah, he probably owns it outright.
Yeah. So then he owns it outright. So I could pull up how we underwrite deals and how we pitch them. Let me see if I can find one. just to
I
show
looked
you.
at it. I don't think I saw a mortgage when I looked at it on Privy.
Okay, so I'm gonna just show you on this one. Hold on, because I sent you guys. Let me just pull it up. Oh, that's not it. Let me see if I can find. I'm just gonna show you how we underwrite deals and what it looks like and what we send it. So the what we do is we talk to the agent. You guys bring a thing, then we talk to the agent and we're like, let's feel out what we could offer. Like we want to offer something that you guys will like. Did I save it? I didn't save it anywhere. Let me find an old one. Okay, here we go. Share screen. Okay, so here's one that we did with, so you see right here, so how we pitched these terms. This is an LOI for you guys. We're like, hey, the agent, thanks for talking to us about this place. Here's what our offer is. And it breaks it down. So what this is, see right here, how they asked their purchase price that they asked for on the market was $645. We give them this amount down. We finance it at 2.58%. So if you come over here, they'll make over 30 years, they're going to make an additional $270,000. So they'll make almost $1 million on a property that they could, over time, that they could sell for 645 now. So that's also advantageous for the person selling. They're going to collect $270,000 extra dollars on this house over X amount of years. On this one, we pitched over 30. So those are benefits. And I just want to, that's good for when you're talking to agents for you guys. So Dustin did exactly what he needs to do. So what we'll do is I'll get with you and we'll call the agent. And we'll pitch, we'll just feel things out. Like, what are they wanting? What's the mortgage? Do they own it outright? We will call and we will I'll build rapport with the agent. We'll feel them out and be like, what it is. And then we can come up with an offer and we'll write an LOI just like that. And so when you guys bring deals like Dustin did, and I think that was Dina that brought that last one that I just showed you guys, we'll hold your hand. We'll be like, here's an LOI. This is how you fill it out. We'll have you fill it out. We'll underwrite it with you. We'll just go through all the things. And if you guys have questions, we'll answer them. We'll bring the contracts. And so you guys are going to learn how get paid how to do a creative deal, which is awesome. So I'll touch base with you right after this call. Okay, Dustin?
Okay.
And then nice work on that. And then on that other guy, just keep following up to see like if when probate is done.
Yeah.
And we can see about that one too.
He said they just plan on selling. The kids wanted to sell it and get the cash out. So I'm sure that that's what they're going to aim for, but
Yeah. And that's why we have these conversations. It's good to know, like, if people are like, a lot of times when the kids are involved, they're like, we just want the cash. Like,
that's what he said. Yeah.
like that. And then you can't, this is why we want to find, so let me go back to the pain. You want to find pain and like, which is equals motivation. So there's not much motivation for them to sell or finance it to you because they're like, this is mom's house and I'm going to get the cash out. Why would I, I want the cash now. Motivation can be like, I'm behind on my payments and I'm going to get foreclosed on. And if someone doesn't get me out of this mess, my credit's going to be ruined and it's a mess. Or it's been on market for 90 days. I moved to Texas and I got another job and I have another mortgage. So they're like, okay, fine, take it. Like, let's do terms. And it doesn't always have to be terms. We can do cash deals. It's just going to be at a discounted rate because we're going to wholesale it to a fix and flipper and they need to have enough meat on the bone to fix it up and sell it later. So, Anthony says they don't understand though. So if you can explain the taxes, et cetera, they might change their mind. Yep. And so that's why if you just get like, you guys just need to get to the point where it's like, well, would you consider terms? And they're like, what is terms? Like, bring us in. We can help pitch terms with you guys, but they just have to be like somewhat open. So you did a good job. This is exactly what an action taker looks like. I want you guys all to be like Dustin. Nice work. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
You
Dustin
guys
just
are
came, like
amazing.
3 days ago, 3 meetings ago. You're brand new to us, right?
Yes,
So look how fast he's been here. This is what, your third meeting?
yes.
You guys, I challenge you all to be like Dustin. Like
I got my
it's-
LLC set up too. I got that all. in
Holy
order,
shit, you're an
so.
action taker. Look at you. He's got an
Yeah.
LLC. You guys do want an LLC. That's very smart of you to do. Take massive action. And this is how you guys will learn and get deals done. And soon you guys won't even need us. And you're like, I can do this with my eyes closed. And you'll make tons of money. So nice work, Dustin.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go talk to Holland. What's up, Holland?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I think I got a text from one of you guys this morning about a submission, so we can talk about that.
Let's talk about it. That was Jen that you talked to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in my current market is the central part of North Carolina, the Triad, Greensboro, High Point, Winston. I go down towards Charlotte, but also I'm looking at getting into the Raleigh-Durham area, the Triangle. There's a Triad and a Triangle in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I reached out to an agent today. He seems like a unicorn agent. He's going to set me up on one book so I can get daily expired listings to skip, trace, and call.
Nice.
So we're currently doing that in this market. So anyway, hopefully we can get more creative opportunities.
That's nice. Yeah, skip tracing is really nice too.
Yeah.
Or I mean expired listings. So tell us about this deal just for the newbies, like why you picked this market, what made you think that it was a good one to call for motivation? Just give us like, because I haven't seen the deal yet. So
yeah,
explain all the things to us.
Sure. Okay. Well, I picked this market because I've been in this market for several years. The median price point in the Triad is around 280. So that's a nice for people moving from the area into this area. It's still a really attractive area to buy. In fact, our market has not softened because there's a lot of people moving to North Carolina. But this particular property was brought to me by one of my agents. She's not a unicorn agent, but she grew up in this area, in this Thomasville area where the old furniture business used to be. And so she brings me lots of opportunities to look at that are off market. And this happened to be a pocket listing. She's listing this owner's mom's house across the street, and it's one of the bigger properties in the neighborhood. It's one of the two neighborhoods that were built out in the 50s and 60s with all the Thomasville furniture executives. So there's some really nice high-end homes in there. This one is on the smaller end, and it was a rental till the tenants torched the kitchen. So she called me and said, hey, this might be a good fix and flip for you. And I said, well, we're not doing a lot of fix and flips just because we're not buying them where we need to. And we also want to, we'd rather hold them so that we can generate some long-term wealth. And so we talked on the phone a few minutes, and I said, hey, it sounds like to me, the kitchen burned. The owner had it gutted, had the house primed on the interior, so it's ready to be built out. And she's just like, I work out of town. I don't want to deal with the rehab. I just want to sell it as is. So people being people, I asked her, I said, hey, how much of the insurance money is left? She said, well, she's got 60 grand and she spent 16 on the remediation. And I said, what about the other 46? Is she going to put that towards the house, or is she going to allow somebody like us to come in and use those funds? She said, oh no, she feels like that money's hers. She still wants her price. So anyway, so the house is at 210. It's worth 285. It's going to take that 46 to 60 grand to rebuild the kitchen, do the interior. It's a 2-1, could be a 3-1, but it needs to be a 3-2. So I just said, hey, cash price for us to flip this is 135, 140 maybe. That's just where we're going to be. And so she's getting offers, and I said, would she be open to a creative deal? She said, well, she's stuck on her number and she doesn't need the money. So she's like, I would pitch anything to her. So I said, well, find out for her, because I don't want to go through the exercise if she just says, hey, cash is the only thing I'm going to accept. So she said, well, I don't know what creative is. Let me see some numbers. So I sent all that information into you, and I told her that I would send her an LOI. But basically, if she wants 210, she was getting $800 a month, which is really under rented in that neighborhood. The way I see it is, if we brought our own rehab money, which we have to have a return on our money, but even if we were in it for almost the full ARV, it would rent in there for $1,850, $1,900 a month. And I really like the idea of putting it out on a lease purchase or a seller finance We may hold it in that neighborhood, but again, I think there might be a slow flip strategy that would allow us to get a premium for the property and just sell on a future value in 36 to 60 months.
Nice. Yeah, that's something we'll definitely call we'll get with you and we'll call so what he did is, I'm just going to recap for the newbies. He picked a market. He's in North Carolina. So, South, you're in the Carolinas. They're hot markets. That area is a good place. And it also happens to be his backyard. He picked the median income price. There's the pain point where you say it's been listed for a minute and she wants her price and.
Well, it's a pocket listing. She hasn't taken it.
Oh,
to
it's a
market.
pocket listing. That's right.
She was hoping just to get it sold without listing it.
Okay. And they are open to creative.
Yeah. She said she didn't know what it was, but she wanted to see it. So again, I'm trying to say, hey, I'm trying to work it backwards, just reverse engineer it. She's getting
Okay.
$800 a month, plus taxes, insurance, and maintenance. The place got burned. She's to the plus at 46 grand of insurance money. Can we get her 800 net? And I figured at 2.2% on 210 over 10 years. I mean, she's getting $799.51 a month. But if we kept it 10 years, she would net out, even at a low interest rate, she'd net out 248. Sorry, I have some college girls from home. They're laughing in the background. I'll get someplace quiet. But anyway,
They're good. We can't even hear them. They're good.
Okay. All right. Well, they're getting ready back to school this week. But anyway, I'm trying to show her that, she couldn't, since she doesn't need the money now and she wants to maintain the cash flow, which she'd like to continue to get $800 a month, not rehab it. And then in 10 years, it doesn't have to go 10 years, but in 10 years, she could net 248. And, by our calculations, with a modest 3% appreciation, that property's going to be north of, 360. So we're paying down the note, getting the appreciation. We would be all in, even with our money, probably about $1,100 a month. So cash flowing, $1,850, $1,900 a month. We cash flow probably $500 a month, maybe $550. So to me, regardless if it's a long-term hold or if we, like I said, do a seller finance or at least purchase, we would still beat the spread and cash flow it along the way.
So I that might have gone over everybody's heads if you're new.
Oh,
what he was saying, which is
sorry.
fine. We get it. It's okay. I'm just going to break it down. What he said is basically what we put on that screen I showed you, how she's like, if she does it at a certain rate, she gets an extra this amount a month. And then he was saying that the house will appreciate. Real estate most always appreciates, which means grow in value. So he will hold that while still paying down this $800 a month. So she wins and he wins. That was
And I think that I said, hey, if she didn't want to go 10 years, I mean, my plan is if she doesn't want to go 10 years, at year 5, we'd be in it for 3. I mean, we would feel like it would retail for 324, but we'd only be paying out. I think the note is like, I don't know, something like 212. I mean, so there's still a spread there.
yeah.
At year 10, it's like 376. And like I said, we're paying out 248 on a 210 acquisition.
Yeah, that's really good. What he's saying is he knows his numbers and it'll be a good deal. So let's talk. I'll get with you right afterwards and we'll organize the time to talk to the agent and then from there we'll write an LOI and we'll see how we'll see where it takes us.
Okay.
So another action taker, you guys. Holland, how many Zooms? You're fairly new. Your face, I'm just starting to how many Zooms have you been on?
3 or 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Yeah.
look, so Holland's been here for 3 or 4 Zooms and he's going to be submitting an LOI just like Dustin. So be like Holland. Nice work.
Thanks.
You were awesome. Okay. Let's see. Laura, what's up? Did you do your homework?
Yes, I did. It was accidental. Okay, so I went to the Charleston, South Carolina market.
Good market.
Redfin, yes, it's a good market. Redfin showed that the medium house prices are $537,500. So that's what Redfin showed. And then so I did the search, anything over 90 days, but I think I messed up with the beds and baths. I put at least 3. It was a mistake. So it was a 4.2. But it's the sell price is 435, so that's still under the medium house price for that area, which surprised me. So here's what I made a mistake. And when I went to the website to find the listing agent, because it just had the brokerage name. So I went in, and to do that, I had to put my information in so I could look at the photos. I know I did Redfin photos, but I want to look at the actual broker's photos. When I did that, boom, an agent called me. I'm like, damn. So I had nothing prepared. So when they called me, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this with memories from our last Zoom. So I didn't have all the questions I asked, but I did ask this. Okay, so I have the price. Okay. The seller wants to sell because the house is vacant. And it looks like from the photos, it looks like they had some kind of partial remodel done. At least the kitchen was redone, new cabinets. It looks like new countertops, like they painted everything. But the seller wants her price. And I asked, are you open for options? She says, well, what do you mean by options? I said, well, seller finance. So she said, well, I don't know. I don't think the agent knew what that meant. But if she did know with the LOI, she would probably be open to that. I did tell her, okay, we're not gonna beat you up on price and you'll get your commission. I forgot to mention closing costs, because again, everything's from memory. Like, okay,
That's okay.
what can I pull out of my memory? When you're on a stress thing, remember, your brain is just squeezing what it can, and it'll drop. Like, okay, what was this again? That was a good test, because it forces you to know what you know when you don't know. So what else did I find out? Okay, so it said it needs work, because some of the rooms from the photos, some of them look like they weren't finished, like they needed to be painted, a few things. There's an extra room, they said, that was on there that's not listed, but there's an extra room that's maybe an attic space or something. She didn't really clarify. And I was so scared, I didn't really ask all the questions. I didn't ask about any offers that fell through, but I'm assuming that some offers did, because she said the seller wants her price. It's been 114 days on market. It's vacant. It's vacant. So I asked them, well, did they need to move out? Oh no, it's vacant. So there's some little clues there, but I can't quite get all of them. So as a result, I had to create this little sheet with all the questions to ask. Oops, can you see it? Right there. Oh, but
Nice.
I went through the last Zoom, and I got in all my 4 pillars with my lines to fill the blank.
You.
So I posted it on the elephant challenge on the.
You are so kind. That is awesome. Thank you.
Well, take a look at it. Tell me if you want to fix it. But I have a Word on a PDF, because the Word you can tweak it. It has it has the agent has I'm Laura Havlick. I buy real estate all day, so I can represent myself. It's the first line. Then it has listing agent info, property info. Then it has the 4 pillars, and then below all the questions that I should have asked. Like it has, I see it as blank days on market. Can you tell me why? Is there a mortgage on the property? Yes or no? Has there been any offers on the property? Yes or no? If no, why not? I'm on your team. Let's get things sold and get you paid commission. Let me know what's going on. So I have that little section in there. Things that I'll forget, so I have it on here. So if you guys need it, it's on the elephant challenge thing. Grab it, fix it, make it your own, because these are things that I wish I had. But that was discussed last Zoom, and I thought these are great things to have, and I didn't remember them all. So I created this thing so that for next time, and for anybody else who needs it, you have something to work with that'll keep you on track, keep you so that you'll have the right questions to ask that I forgot to ask or didn't remember to ask. So I'm going to help everybody with what I can do. I like to organize. I love a good form. I'm a notary, so I love a good document. So I'm trying to make one. Anyway, so I submitted the offer, the deal to the Aurora site, because I thought, this still has possibilities, because it's in a good market range. The house itself is really cute. If you pulled it up on the Redfin site, it's 2020 Piper Drive in Charleston. It's actually a cute looking, a really nice curb appeal. Inside looks really good. It just has, like she said, it needs work, but I think there may be some little tweaks, but she didn't say what the work was. I don't know if it's something major. I don't know if it's mechanicals that she's talking about, because she said, oh, it needs work. So I don't know what little hidden thing is in there, because it looked as if they were trying to fix it up, maybe to flip it or something, and something happened. But I didn't get that far because I was too scared. I didn't know how to ask them, but it might be something.
So this is exactly what we tell you guys to do. It's scary. And when you get on the phone, like she said, like your brain stops working and you're like, so you did good job. You just did it. And first and second of all, that is huge. Thank you so much for making that form for everyone. That's something Jen and I are like, we need to do this. We just don't have time. We're just busy. So thank you for doing this. And everybody tell Laura, thank you. Because this is going to be so helpful for you guys. She basically went through all of our Zooms and condensed it into a form. is what she did.
Right.
So she just saved you guys a lot of time. If you're new here, like how to talk to an agent. So Laura, you are awesome. Thank you.
Thank
And so, and what you did, have you submitted it to the form?
I just submit the form, and I got a text from Jen saying, does the agent know about creative? I said, I told them and they said they weren't sure because I think the agent doesn't know about creative or a seller finance. I think they really don't know because she hesitated, like, she didn't say no. She said, well, I don't think so. They just want her price. So, which tells me, I think they don't know what that is or what it involves or how much they can still profit from them. I did say I'll still pay commission. So she liked that part. So she gave me her info. She gave me her email and her cell phone, which I uploaded into the Aurora, deal submission site. I have all that in there, but I just need help on a follow-up because I didn't ask certain questions I could have asked because I was like deer in the headlights. I really wasn't prepared for them to call me. I really wasn't. So when they did, I'm like, oh shit. But you know what? It's
Good for
trial
you.
by fire.
It is. And this is how you learn is you're like shitting your pants the whole way. And you're like, oh God, this is awful. And then there's people that come on here and they do it in front of in the Zoom. They are the extra brave people that do
Right.
it. So just do it. You got to be comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's where the growth is. And I just want to say, this is exactly what you guys need to do. She came to the Zooms. She took diligent notes. She wrote down a form, which is amazing. And then she did as much as she could where she got. And so it's okay if you get to an agent just like this, who's like, they just don't know. Like, they're like, I'm not saying no. But I just don't. People sometimes will say no to things that they don't understand. And the agent does not want to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Nobody wants to say that. So it's be like, someone put it in the comments here, which is, and you guys kind of don't know what you're talking about either, which is fine. And you shouldn't be knowing yet. So you'd be like, you know what, let me get my partners on the phone with you. They're so much better at explaining this than me. You can even be like, I'm the low man on the totem pole. Someone put, you don't have to say that. Whatever you say, just be like, let me get my partners in here. They know so much. They're so good at explaining this. Can we?
That's what I told her at the end. So my form that I created has all the questions I should ask, like about the tell me the story, is all that in here because I didn't have this before. I had to create this because of that phone call. So I'm here to ask about, tell me why, or let me know, things that you guys, the way you guys say it so nicely that I put it on the form because I needed this thing. If I had this, I was going to create the form before I talked to them, but they called me before I created the form. So now I really appreciate your knowledge and your way you can talk to agents in a smooth way to walk them through a mindset or a process. I really appreciate that because that's a skill you guys have that I'd love to develop. And we're also creating baby unicorn agents in this way too. We're creating that.
If they're open to it.
If they're
Well,
Some
if
are
they're
just
open
like,
to them,
no.
yes.
No,
Otherwise,
it's illegal. No. And you're like, okay,
Right,
talk
right.
to you later.
That's what I mean. But if they find out that it does work and like, whoa, this is actually not bad, they then become a unicorn, which will be open to more of those type because this is a win-win. And I got my commission. I saw these houses that are sitting forever on market. I could dump these houses now this way. Ooh, so that's what I got. So what's my next steps? Are you going to help me on an action takers call? Because I told my partners are going to discuss this and get back to her. So she gave me your contact info. Do we do that on the Friday Zoom or what do you think we can do?
What we can do for those of you guys that have done this, like Dustin and you and Holland, I'm just going to see what my schedule looks like right afterwards. Oh shit. I have to go to a meeting.
Okay.
I just remembered at 10, but I'll get in touch with you guys, or I can call the agents. I'll record it if I can't get in touch with you guys. We will be in touch. What we do once we make an LOI,
right,
is, hold on just a second. We'll make an LOI and we'll hold your hand. Okay, hold on just a second. I just want to see. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I had a meeting at 10 with Pace and I thought it was going to be late and I just freaked out for a minute. It's not till noon. I thought I was late to a meeting. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Okay. So what we'll do is when you guys get to this spot where you need help, we'll call you, we'll call the agent. If they're like, F this, I'm not into terms, and we tell you guys to continue following up. If they're like, yeah, I guess, send over an offer. So we want to noodle with the agent on like, what do they need? You know, we want to give an offer that's not insulting, that they'd want to accept, or that would be like a good jumping off point. So that's what we talk about in the next call and explain creative and how it's beneficial. Then what we do is we open up a Slack channel for your deal, and we will put the LOI in there and all the communication that's going. And then so you have eyeballs on your deal, and you're learning how we're talking to each other. If we get it under contract, we'll bring our transaction coordinator in there, and you're going to see the contracts. You're going to ask him any questions you want. He's going to explain to you, like, this is why we do this. This is what this contract is. Then he gets on the call. I'm getting in depth. He gets on the call with the seller and explains the contract. I don't think we'll just record that and you can listen to it. So, and then we take it to the finish line. So
Yeah.
that's how it'll go. So nice work, Laura.
I'm excited. It's my first deal, my first phone call, my first anything, because I've been scared all this time. And now I'm finally, and the thing is, I did it because it was an accident. It just, they called me without me wanting them to. I think it's better if they call you without you wanting them to, because then you're forced to do it. Like jumping in the, like, you know, like, what is that? When you have no choice, you have no choice, you do it. Right.
And you just do it. You just got to do it. I still get scared when I talk to agents. It's just a weird thing, you know, and the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it and you'll get better and you won't forget the things you're supposed to ask, but you just did it. And a lot of deals, you guys, a lot of deals might fall through before you get to one, but don't be discouraged. So
But you get
the more
better.
you do, the better chances you have. So nice work, Laura.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Be like Laura, everyone. Don't be discouraged. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll get in touch with you guys a little bit later today.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll invite you guys to the action taker call too.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just remembered, I'm going to bring up Brandy because Brandy can't raise her hand. And I remembered that from last time. And, Brandy, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
How do are you, okay. You're, how are you, Brandy?
Good. I don't know why my video is not coming on, but
That's okay.
okay. So I have a couple that I called today. One though, calling it, I discovered that it's actually an investor who is flipping it.
Okay.
So that's not going to be any good. Now the other one was a VA, and I walked it out with a fellow Gator about, because I'm new at this, not on the Gator part, but because he's in sub 2 as well, on what it would look like in that. And we discovered that it would only be good for a cash deal.
Okay.
And so do you want me to still submit it in?
We can do a cash deal. Cash deals will only work if they are whatever they're comped at. You have to buy them deep, which means in this market, which means at a discounted rate.
Okay, so, yeah, because it's a VA and he owes 300,000 on it. And so that's how much he wants for it. So should I just pass that one?
Yeah, pass it on to us. We can look at it and we can go over this with you. So he does not want to sub to his VA loan. He wants cash out of it.
Because apparently he said, this is what the agent has told me, that he wants his VA loan because, so he bought this house, it's brand new, a couple of years, 21 I think was. His, I guess, girlfriend came over from Portugal. They lived in it for a month. She hated Texas, moved back. He stayed for 2 years. He's a retired vet. He stayed, for 2 months trying to sell it and couldn't. So then he moved with her, moved to Portugal. So he wants his VA to buy a place in Portugal.
Yeah, so he wants his VA entitlement.
Yes. But I was under the understanding that you can only use your VA in the United States. But anyways, so
he's in Puerto Rico. Did you say?
What's that?
Where is he?
Portugal.
Portugal. What?
Uh-huh.
You can't use your VA in Portugal. I was like Puerto Rico maybe because it's a U.S. territory.
So I don't know, but anyways, so that's kind of what I got. He's paying $19.78 a month, and rent is between 18 and 2020, I think 21 in that area. So
Yeah, put it on in and we can go through.
Okay. Okay. Good.
And did you see, I didn't have Slack on my phone, but Brandy, the guy, the Palmetto in San Antonio wants to negotiate.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't put it in the Slack. I need to put Slack on my phone because I screenshotted
I'll
Jen's
throw it in
thing. It sounds like he's gonna go get a loan on it and then sub to it,
Is he?
which is fine. So,
Okay.
so nice work.
It's out of his construction mortgage, right?
I
What's
didn't
that?
hear what you said.
You cut out.
Oh, he'll need to refinance out of his construction mortgage, like if he used a construction mortgage to build.
Oh, okay. So I wonder why he wouldn't have said that before.
Who knows, Brandy? Who knows?
Okay.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't
Why
know.
do people do a lot of things? Yeah.
That's true. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome. So this is started turning into our action taker Zoom. So if you guys, it's less of the, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's less of like the pre-information of like how they got here and they're taking action. So if you guys are lost, I'm trying to like kind of.
Do you want me just to bring this up on the, like, these kind of
No, you're
things
fine.
on the Friday
I'm
one?
just telling the newbies, if you're lost, go back to other Zooms where we go over this. So you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Do you have other ones?
Yeah, I do, but I was going through, I got a recall back. So I was in the process of doing that and then got on the Zoom.
Nice.
So I will, if they do pan out to anything, I'll just throw them in as well.
Okay, perfect. And I have some meetings today, and then I'm going to start catching up with you guys, and we'll start making agent calls.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you,
you.
Brandy.
Thank you.
Anthony, what is going on?
Hi, how we doing? Nice to finally speak with you.
Nice to speak with you too. Bring you up.
Well, let's try this then. So not too long ago, my step parents and I, we've been looking around for properties and everything, and this mobile home came across our attention. So, we pursued it and we got it under assignment contract, signed with an agreed price.
Nice.
It's 2-2 on the lot where the land comes with it, no HOA fees, free and clear.
Nice.
And they only she's an older lady, wanted to move out to her daughter's house, I guess near Orlando. So she was just looking to sell, get what she could get out of it. She told us that, I bought it for 90 and I just want to get what I put back in it, really. So we got her down to 105.
Wow.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure about the next steps here because we were now we have a potential buyer set up to speak to on Monday.
Okay.
But the contract between the buyer, now I would need to know how to basically get that going. I haven't seen or had a contract for a buyer yet. No, this is all brand new. I've only been doing this a couple weeks.
That's amazing. He's negotiated found a deal, negotiated a deal, and gotten under contract in 3 weeks. Or you've been doing this for 3 weeks, so that's amazing.
Yeah, I've never once stepped into realty or anything up until 3 weeks ago.
That's amazing.
I've been digging at this 10 to 15 hours a day, though, studying my butt off. Okay, so
that is amazing. Okay, so you're under contract with this mobile home lady for 90, right?
105.
Or sorry, 105, and okay. And then what can you turn around and sell it for?
The comp area is about 185 or better. Actually it's around 200 or so because it's a nice area. You know what I mean?
So this is a mobile home, so this won't comp out with like a single family home. You'll have to you'll comp it out with other mobile homes. Do you know what other mobile homes in the area would go for?
About 165 or better. I mean, it's roughly between 160 and 200 on the low end for these mobile homes where I'm at. We've seen them. They go for 280 and better around here.
That's good. That's really good. Why does she want to sell to you and not put it on the market? I'm just curious if she could get that much.
Okay, well, maybe she's unaware of how much she can really get. All right, that's not my problem. I didn't know, and I
It's
didn't
not
ask.
your
I'm
problem. I was
sorry.
just curious if you asked her that. Yeah.
But nonetheless, what it comes down to is like she was an older school teacher, just wanted to get rid of it and go live with her daughter. It needed a lot of work, it's probably got 20, 30 at least to put in. Really concrete work, a couple of sheds that need to be fixed up, paint, floors, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, point is though, it just seemed like a good deal, and I figured I'd ask about if this doesn't go through on Monday, or even up until Monday, if I can get help with the contract for how we would fill it out or make it known for a buyer. We're trying to, we're putting it up for 130. We're going to leave room. So
you'll put it
Yeah.
for 130, and then you're going to want to make, there's like going to be an assignment that you guys
yeah,
will. So, okay. Put it in our deal form. I'll reach out to you. I can get the contracts and everything going for you. And what you need to do in the meantime is find a buyer.
yes.
So that's where you go. You can go to Pace's group, Creative Real Estate with Pace Morby,
I'm in
post
it.
all the deals in there. If you go to the top, I've pinned how to post a deal so it gets
Okay.
approved. Because a lot of people will be like, here, I have a deal in Minnesota, DM me for more info. It's like,
No,
that's a
you're
zero
not-
value post. No.
It
no,
gets lost in
pictures.
10,000 other posts. I know.
Like, we're not going to approve that because it's not a good post. Like,
Yeah.
give the information. So people, it's okay to have people DM you, but you need to be like, here's pictures. Here's what I have it under contract for. Here's what it'll rent for. Here's the ARV. Here's what it needs to be done. All the stuff. So
I
go in
got
there, blast it. I can help you see if we can go in, like, Facebook Marketplace is a good place to find buyers.
We put it in a group or so, on there, but no one's biting yet. I don't know. We're trying.
So you're good. So you're doing what you're doing. So you just got to, the biggest thing right now, have you gotten it under contract with her? Like,
She signed it. It's agreed 105. And we wrote on there, since we didn't have a proper assignment sheet, I put and comma or assigned to.
perfect. That's what I was asking. Damn, 3 weeks.
Yeah, actually,
You're
to be
good.
honest, I was doing cold calls for TD surplus recoveries.
Mhm.
And after that, I just, they found the property. They didn't know what to do. They've been doing it for years themselves, but haven't done any progress. You know what I mean? They get so far and then they just get roadblocked. Well, I came in and I started asking questions, and I said, you know what? I got fired on June 30th. So I had time and I needed money. So this is what I do. I will figure it out. That's what I do. So it came down to learning on the fly. So literally 10 to 15 hours a day minimum of reading, researching, watching videos, and talking to people, networking. And I've been driving for dollars and researching how to do everything. I've actually found several promising properties I just need a skip trace program that works and get a hold of people,
You're doing the thing. Nice work. So put
Thank
it in there for us, and then we'll just move it down the pipeline to getting it under contract. I can get my TC involved.
Okay.
Try to get the buyer first, because
Mhm.
I don't want to hire a TC.
Without having a contract ready to go.
So-
Yeah.
And this is a good lesson. Like, we all take action, and then we're like, okay, now I don't have a buyer. And so we want to always be like taking note of who's buyers and where. And I don't know if you want to write it down or be like, okay, I remember that Jen buys here, and maybe, so you can just kind of have a list of buyers. So start now, now's the time to just list don't put the address. Well, it is under contract, so you can put the
It's
address.
already on there. Yeah.
Throw it out there. Say, no wholesalers. We're not going to daisy chain this. Put that in there. Wholesale.
No
That's when.
seller finance, none of that. I know.
So you got it. We just don't want wholesalers. Walter put a reminder in there. Wholesalers, we call it daisy chaining, where a wholesaler wholesales, where a wholesalers wholesale. And you're like,
That's how
holy
they
shit, there's
started.
26 wholesalers in this deal.
That's how they started, and that's how they got a corrupted buyers list. So I have a list to go through that but that's another question real quick. I have about 49, 50 buyers on a list that they had from this Daisy Chan business. You know, they referred. But since they've been putting it out, they got spam marked through Google, and I don't know if I should solicit back to the people my information or through their company or whatever. I don't know. So I didn't even know if it's legal. I don't want to just jump in and say, hey, I found your, where'd you find my number or my email? Well, I don't know. You know,
Carly, you muted.
yep, you're muted.
Sorry. Facebook groups are really good. If you post this, tag me in it so I can get it and I can post it in sub 2 for you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
To get some sub 2 buyers.
I got an exciting little story about that one.
Yes.
So the Sub2 community, Michael Lays,
Yeah.
I was referred to him by Shad, and I actually, all right. So I told him, he's like, yeah, he told me the amount of money it costs to get the mentorship. And I said, well, Michael, you guys are up for creative finance deals all the time, right? He says, yeah, why? Shoot, give me your idea. I said, well, I'm willing to pay a lot more than you'll probably think. I said, if somebody pays my mentorship, then I can promise 2 to 5% on any deals I close for 1 year to the person who puts me on. And he said, that's a lot of money. And I said, yeah. He goes, I got one more better for you, Anthony. Since I see you got the drive, I'll do for you like I did one other student. I said, what's that? He goes, if you've gotten a deal that's promising enough, and he doesn't want a mobile home type deal, he wants a SFR or whatever. But anyways, he said, bring me a deal. And if it goes to closing, I'll pay for your mentorship. I said, that's beautiful.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now that's creative finance.
Yes. And that's,
You can
I
go
think
creative finance.
I think I'm having a little hiccup trying to be the caller on this no excuses thing for lead management. But the thing is, I might be more of a closer than an opener. I get nervous when I don't know who I'm about to talk to. But if I got the details, know how to work a number, I can come talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love it. Way to take action. You guys, if you guys are new here, just Anthony's been here for 3 weeks. I can't believe that you've gotten a deal under contract in 3 weeks. Like, you just blow my mind. That's so amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
There's
I
people who
don't
have
know. I guess there's
paid
so
for
many people who
Sub2.
just consume. There's like so many, like the majority of people will consume and not take action. It's human nature.
Yeah.
Even in sub
and-
2, though, like where they pay
Even in-
so much money to be in that mentorship, and people honestly
These-
do F all. So let alone to be in a free group and taking action. And yeah,
That's what I'm saying. And then, so these people, my fiance's parents, they paid probably close to $15,000 in mentorships and programs and this, that. And they get roadblocked because they don't know where to go after the next step. It's like, and they're they're horrible on the phone. They have no communication skills, so it's like, where do you go from there? That's where I come in. So
Nice work. Way to take action, Anthony.
I negotiated a deal for 33% of the company to any deals that I were signed under contract with them to 67-33 split.
Nice. Got some negotiation in you.
Yes.
Work. All right. I'm going to put where you guys can submit your deals.
Yes, please.
And it's elephant.aurorainvest.com. And nice work.
Thank you very much for your time and input. And I mean, I'm looking forward to learning more here. I'm also willing to work with agents too. I didn't even think about how convenient that could be because they've already opened. So
Yeah. Nice work. So let's
Thank
get,
you.
yeah, go. So your homework, go submit this and go try to find buyers. And this is
absolutely.
all cash, right? This is going to be a cash deal. There's no seller
Oh
finance.
yeah, all cash. No seller finance, no other nothing. Like I said, free and clear, no HOA. Everything is just go.
All right. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Nice job, Anthony.
Couldn't have done it without you guys. All right,
All right.
thanks.
You're welcome. I love this. I love this. I'm going to pull up Nydia. I have to listen to a voice message for a second, so I'm going to mute myself and let you take over, Jen. Nydia, you're unmuted though.
Nydia, are you there? Carly, can you make me co-host so I can go to the next person?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. How's it going?
Okay, good. I was like, I'm talking, nobody can hear me. Okay. You guys hear me
No
now?
worries. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, there's this agent that I was like, if you have any deals, let me know, blah, blah, blah. So he has a pocket listing in La Junta, Colorado. It is below the median price, which is like between 132 and 199. So, but the seller wants 120. It is a 5-bed, 2-bath, but it needs a lot of work. But it seems like the seller maybe he wants it free and clear, but he's kind of
Mhm.
like a tired landlord. He didn't
Right.
have the house rented for like almost like a year. So he just, so he will be open if I can show him like the benefits, you know. So will this be a deal, even though it needs repairs? It needs a lot of like TLC work.
So you've talked to the agent and confirmed that the seller is open to seller financing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll just type it back into the chat here where you can submit it to, and then yeah, we can deal with repairs. It just has to make sense, right? So we just need to get more information from the seller just around, yeah, what he's open to, what he wants as a down payment, and then we have to comp it to see what houses similar to that in the area sell for, and just make sure there's a large enough spread to sell it to a buyer.
Okay. So
Yeah.
but even though if he owns it free and clear, this can be like a
That'd be
subject.
self-finance then.
Oh,
So
okay,
subject,
okay.
the difference between the two is subject to is just where there's an existing mortgage and someone's taking over those payments.
Oh, yes,
Seller
yes, yes,
finance
yes.
is when there's no mortgage
No
and you're
mortgage,
basically
yes, that's
creating
right.
your own mortgage and it goes
And he
directly
will
to
be
the
the bank, kind of. Okay.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna meet with the agent, ask more questions. What should I ask the agent besides, what I just kind of knew? Do I need any more in-depth questions that I need to ask?
Yeah. So is it on market? Like, are there pictures on
Not
market and
yet.
everything?
Not yet, because I
Oh,
was
okay.
bugging this agent like for 3 months. Like, you have
Okay.
something, you have something. And he's like, I may have something. But he's like, but it's far because I'm in Denver and this place is La Junta, which is kind of like a little far away. Like,
Okay.
I think it's like an hour and a half. I was like, no, whatever you have, let me know when you have something.
Yeah. So you would want any pictures that they have to
Okay,
see and so that we can see
pictures.
what kind of repairs and everything that'll be needed.
Okay,
And then, yeah, if it's owned free and clear, you don't have to worry about mortgage information or anything like that. And then, yeah, just submit the deal with all the information you have.
and since this is kind of like the listing, it has kind of like the realtor has this, do we, in this case, will have to pay like his commission, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll send it. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Yeah, no worries. Harley, make me co-host. If anyone has any questions and they want to throw them in the chat, I can answer those too, just while we wait. I can't unmute the next person to answer their questions. Could you type in the link for our deals one more time? Absolutely. There you go. And yeah, just make sure that when you're submitting deals, like in the description, specifically say that you have spoke to the agent and that their seller is open to any sort of like creative win-win situation, right? You don't have to know the specifics of everything. I have a friend who is needing to go through probate. Is that a deal we can get into? Property is in Texas. So are they willing to sell it through probate? And like, is there a mortgage on it? they're willing to do a creative situation through probate. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Noreen to respond. Noreen, your friend who wants to sell, oh, here we go. I am new, so I haven't discussed our options. What would be the process since it's your first mortgage on it? Yeah, I would just ask right from the beginning before you get into all those details and everything, if they're even open to it, because if they're not open to doing anything creative through their probate, then there's no point in going down that road. So I would just ask her and see. Okay, so for Friday, everyone who is new here, what is being creative through probate? So if there's a mortgage on it, it would be subject to or seller financing. It's all the same things that you can do. It's just something that's on the MLS you can do through probate. Okay, so for Friday's Zoom is at 12 p.m. PST. Again, I attached a sheet earlier for anyone who is new here and looking how to find your market. I'm just going to throw it in here again. How to find a creative deal. So going through and determining your market, finding your 4 pillars. I'm just going over what to do for Friday's meeting.
For what?
For Friday's meeting, just while we wrap up here.
Nice. Sorry, I had to disappear.
Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, so I just put in there how to find on-market creative deals. If anyone is new here, we're doing direct to agent. So go through those steps, and that is how you can start finding leads. You have to have talked to the agent in order to make sure that their seller is even open to creative opportunities. And then you can submit your leads. I'll type in the lead link again.
And the agent has to be open to creative. If somebody says, no, I'm not open to creative, don't submit it and be like, can you talk them into this? No, you guys need to do active follow-up until they are into it.
Yeah.
Are you guys, how many action takers are ready to get their first deal? Yay. Nice work, you guys. I'm so excited. Also, just so you guys know, whenever the next elephant challenge is, I was talking to Pace yesterday and I was like, I would love to bring a baby elephant or a few that have done deals onto the elephant challenge. So we'd love to feature you guys and introduce you to Pace and bolster you up within the community. Can you go back and just explain what a daisy chain is? So it's like, if I have a deal that I get a contract and I'm trying to wholesale it, then another wholesaler's like, let me get under contract with you. And then I'm going to try to wholesale it. So you have like a little chain, and then you get another wholesaler trying to sell it to a wholesaler. It's like a wholesale, a wholesale, a wholesale, a wholesale. There's no end buyer. And there's like 20 people in the middle, or maybe even 3. And no buyer forever till the end of the line. So Noreen, do you have a question?
Yeah.
What?
She was asking about, I just said it just gets messy. And Noreen was asking about a friend who is going through probate. And I said she needed to ask her.
Oh,
Hello.
Friend.
Hi.
Hi. I'm sorry. So I'm very new to the group. This is my second day logging in. And I just realized, like, I should have probably even brought it up yesterday when I was listening in about my friend whose family is going through probate. She's basically a granddaughter but her grandmother just recently passed away, and she has, I think, more than 6 children. So they want her, the granddaughter, to help them with the process of probate because none of them understand it. Originally, she was going to go through an attorney that was suggested by a realtor neighbor of the grandmother's, and they went and interviewed. But for some reason, the family now says that we've been told from other people that we could just do it ourselves and it's cheaper. So my friend has no idea about real estate or probate. So she's letting me know that, she's got to start figuring out what her family wants. But she did tell me there was a reverse mortgage on it and her grandmother lived a lot longer than they had expected. So I don't think there's anything in terms of equity. Is that how that works when you have a reverse mortgage?
Okay, 2 things I want to say. One, let's say you need to get a tooth that's infected, dug out of your jaw. It's going to be cheaper and easier if you go down the road to the guy that is selling dental services on the side of the road that has no office and has a pair of pliers. But wouldn't you rather do it right and pay extra and go to an actual dentist? That's the thing that PACE always uses. Don't ever, you guys, if for a professional situation, do not ever take the cheaper and easier route because it's never going to pan out. So tell them they need to hire a lawyer.
Agreed. Yeah.
Not that it's none of our business. And then secondly, reverse mortgage is literally the only thing you can't do creative finance on, especially after they've died. It's you get so if the reverse mortgage is basically what lenders give you, they just bet on you dying.
Exactly.
When you die, they get the whole house when you die. So it's smart for the lenders.
Yeah.
They get that. They're like, here, yeah, you can pay us to live in this house. And then when you die, we get the house. So
yeah, I don't think they were expecting her grandmother to live past into her 90s. So, and that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
So, and I had let her know that my understanding was that's a pretty done deal. And just to even try to pay that reverse mortgage back to keep the house for sentimental reasons would probably be insane. So she did look into that and she said that I was right. It was a ridiculous amount, but I think they're only giving them a few months to stay in the house before they have to get out, I guess is the process. But for some reason, the heirs are decided not to hire the attorney. So, and she's trying to tell them, I think you should hire this attorney. I mean, that was the whole reason why she drove out from California to Texas to help them to find an attorney. So
that's too bad. That's just a sad situation. If you guys have a loved one, don't have them sign a reverse mortgage. It just sucks.
Yeah.
What they do is they just turn around and they sell it and they just make a ton of money on it. It makes sense for a business model. They get payments each month from the person while they're alive, and then they sell the house when they die and get the proceeds. So,
right. So I don't think the heirs will get anything, my understanding.
I don't know a lot about it, but that's what I think happens too. So if you guys see reverse mortgages, it's the one thing you can't do creative. And there's usually, maybe you can, but you got to have a lot of money.
Okay. So, I will, I'm seeing her tomorrow. So then I'll let her know that I try to at least discuss her situation with the group, and they all advise go with the lawyer. So
yes,
the probate attorney.
There's stuff that's a specialist stuff. I tell you, it pays to pay in the long run. Of course. Because it'll keep coming back and biting you. Okay, we have 4 more minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for raising your hand, Noreen. Thanks for coming. Okay, we'll have one more. Anthony, you have 4 minutes. How are you, Anthony?
Be really quick about this. I want to share it so everybody knows it's a great marketing strategy I came up with, and it's too long to type. Point is, find a local neighborhood that is low income. Go into the convenience store, whatever of your choice. Buy an item. Go talk to the cashier. Say, yeah, start a little rapport, and then say, I'm new. You've been living around here for a while, right? If I was looking for a home that may show sign of distress, like, broken windows, whatever. So yada, yada, yada. Where would I go? And then if they ask why, I'd say, well, I'm actually in investment, I'm an investor. And I was hoping that I could find some of these places, but I'll tell you what, even if you know where they're at yourself, if you could take my number down, maybe take some pictures, get an address, and anything that may go to close or anything like that. If you give me a property that I can close on, I'll give you a consignment for a finder's fee.
You always want to talk to the locals.
Yes.
Or yeah, good hot tip. I
Mhm.
like it. All right.
Thank you. I had to share that. I had to. I
love
want everybody to try everything they can, just like I am. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, what's a couple $100 to somebody that, you know, they're working how many hours to make a $200 paycheck? If you can give them $300, $400 just for showing you a house, come on.
That's awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Nice work. And
Of
then
course, thank you.
so for our next meeting is Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for you guys. Homework, it's always going to be the same. Go watch the old ones. Go get Laura's, go scroll up, and Laura so graciously gave you her script. I'm going to go find that and save that real quick, because scroll up, it's from 9:54 a.m. You can download it. Go call agents. And so go back, and I'll try to go back and cut these things. Go find your market. It's a hot market where people are living in. We're not going to like a 3,000 person town in the middle of South Dakota. Like there's no buyers there. So Carolinas, Texas, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, for red states, because they're more landlord friendly. It has nothing to do with politics. And go on Redfin, call the listing agent. Don't go find your own agent to show you houses, because then you've got another agent in the deal.
That's another fee.
Your agents, we will represent you. So don't worry about that. Go to the listing agent, build rapport, find their motivation, see if they're interested in terms. And even if you guys are like, okay, I have a list of people, but I have not called the agents, maybe that's what we can do on the next one, is call the agents, and we can go through that. So you guys can call live. All right. How many people are going to be action takers in the next Anthony and Laura's and Dustin's and Holland's of the group? Let me know in the chat. Oh, there's a puppy. Hi, puppy. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. And I can't wait to do deals with every single one of you. There's 35 people in here. I want to do deals with all of you. Okay. Elephant.aurorainvest.com is where you go submit. You must talk to the agent. You must put as much information as you can, so we don't have to track it down. I appreciate